Hi, thank you for joining me today. I'm Jim Richardson, founder and CEO of Finchloom, and today's webinar is called Threat Protection with Microsoft Defender XDR and Sentinel SIEM. We're doing this webinar because the state of the cybersecurity industry gets tougher and more complex every year, and it's important to keep up. And so this is meant to educate and re-educate and bring some light to what's new and available to cybersecurity professionals and people that work at an organization that use Microsoft 365. And so everyone now is feeling the impact of more frequent and targeted cyber attacks. It seems like every week we get a letter at home saying a company that we do business with has been hacked. And it's just become commonplace. But I say no, we need to keep up and fight back. And there are tools to do that. Ransomware is still the top of the hacker's toolkit. They're still taking advantage of the good, kind-hearted people like you who work at a business and have access to things like payroll, bank accounts, money transfers, etc. But you have that responsibility and you should work with the company to help protect it. So this is why we want to do this webinar. The cost of fighting back has gone way up, especially if you're using best of breed tools and multiple portals. We're going to get into that. And we're going to show you how you can standardize on Microsoft across the board to combat these threats. This is a fun slide. So let's take a look at why defending organizations like the ones that we belong to today is so difficult. I'm going to show you an example of a typical human-operated ransomware campaign. These are hackers in another country, human beings, trying to trick you, other human beings. Usually these attackers, they get in through a few common ways. One would be a user browses to a website that has malware infected on it. Or they click on a link in a phishing email that takes them to a malicious site. Or they open a malicious attachment. Any of these options can result in malware infecting a user's device. Another common entry point is using stolen credentials or using a brute force attack to guess a password. Once the attacker is in, they move laterally to another user with more access and conduct recon to learn more about your network. Yes, they may be sitting quietly listening, gathering intelligence about who you are, who you report to, and what your normal course of work is. Ultimately, they want to compromise your domain so they can remain in your network for as long as they want. And then they can exfiltrate data for financial gain. It's horrible and it happens all the time. Now on this slide, we're going to take a moment to look at how today's current security complexities manifest. We painfully know that parts of these attacks can take weeks or even months to execute as the attackers covertly move laterally across your network. But data exfiltration can be completed in minutes. We also know that detecting, responding, and successfully remediating these attacks is a slow process involving different security groups and requiring different tools. It's not uncommon for enterprises to have more than 45 cybersecurity tools. It requires significant orchestration to ensure that each of these point solutions are working together to ensure that nothing slips through the cracks. In reality, integration between the different security solutions is often inconsistent. Some may pass information well, others may require manual intervention and be slow, and the more point solutions you have across the kill chain, the more inconsistent the sharing of information. So this creates delays and increases risk of breach. We hear a lot of companies say we like to use the best of breed. So for email, we have Proofpoint or Mimecast. For endpoint protection, we use CrowdStrike. For identity protection, we have Okta. And then maybe for file protection, we use Box. All of those have different manual, unique processes to protect across that kill chain. And I'm not a security ops professional, but I know that security ops professionals work inside portals. So if they're managing email protection, there's a portal. Endpoint protection, there's a portal. Identity protection, there's a portal. Cloud, wait, you're not protecting your cloud apps? People at your organization can just use whatever third-party cloud app they want, and you don't have control over what data goes into them? So think of it this way. The next challenge is how your security professionals view those alerts and signals generated from the different solutions. So imagine there's an email breach. Where are they going to go to look for that? The identity or the email, right? So whether through separate portals or together in a traditional SIEM tool that collects all of these alerts and puts them in one place, there's still inconsistency of signal sharing. And this puts your security operations team and their tools at a disadvantage. They don't have the most accurate information, which could lead to wasted time at breach at worst. So let's talk about what we tell our customers when asked about defense in depth with Microsoft. So first, a strong defense in this environment requires a comprehensive strategy. You have to prevent attacks across multi-platform, multi-cloud environments and reduce your attack surface and strengthen your overall security posture. And because you can't effectively stop all threats, you need to be able to detect and disrupt attacks in near real time. Finally, with the skills shortage and economic challenges, we need to empower the defenders that we have today and streamline our security operations so that they can investigate and respond to threats faster. Implementing this defense in depth strategy requires a unified approach that can only be delivered by Extended Detection and Response, XDR. XDR brings the entire life cycle of threats together within one unified experience and set of capabilities. And this enables your organization to prevent, protect, detect, and respond to threats of all kinds across the entire digital estate, including email, endpoints, identities, cloud apps, and workloads. And by bringing all this signal together, we can enable capabilities that are otherwise impossible, but most notably, the ability to disrupt attacks in near real time using DR. Okay, let's take a breath. Now we're going to get into demonstration mode. I'm going to show you how Microsoft XDR automatically disrupts a real business email compromise attack. In this business email compromise attack kill chain, we can see, starting at the beginning, that at 1:05 a user received a phishing email. By 3:30, the attacker has been able to gain access using a stolen cookie and begun mailbox recon. The attacker creates an inbox rule and sends an email to accounts payable asking for immediate payment on an outstanding invoice. In this case, the security operations team was able to reset the victim's password by 6:30 p.m., which was too late in this case. Now let's take a look at the same scenario from a different angle. In this business email compromise attack kill chain, we can see that at 1:05 a user received a phishing email. By 3:30, the attacker has been able to gain access using a stolen cookie and begun mailbox recon. At 4:35, the attacker creates an inbox rule and sends an email to accounts payable asking for immediate payment on an outstanding invoice. But this time, automation disabled the compromised account, removes the inbox rule, and quarantines the attacker sent email. And the hacker then is thwarted in that attempt. Now we'll dive into the beautiful incidents dashboard in the Microsoft Security Center, where your security operations professionals will be looking. And here's how it will look. As you can see, the multi-stage incident attack disruption label. If we select that, we'll see a map of the attack, a full detailed timeline, and where our XDR solution took action to stop the attack. If we select Jonathan Wolcott, who's our fictional victim in this case, we can see more details about his account compromise. And from here, we can re-enable his account or open the user page to see more about his activity. Here on the user page, we can see that there are multiple alerts not all related to the email compromise attack that we're investigating. So using the power of XDR and the full integration with our identity platform, we can see an incredible amount of detail. And this Jonathan Walcott is something else. Automatically stopping an attack is great, but preventing them from even happening is even better. Plus, no one wants to see the same attack happen twice. So using insights from the incident, we can see that the SOC team is provided a list of recommendations that they can do to prevent incidents like this in the future. These recommendations are tailored to your environment and the specific incident that you're responding to. This goes far beyond static best practices. But today, we recognize that organizations have incredibly complex digital environments, and security operations centers are built around their SIEMs. That's why our strategy is to provide a fully integrated experience between SIEM and XDR. Our combined SIEM and XDR solution enables your security operations teams to detect, investigate, respond to, and defend against threats with a fully integrated and comprehensive set of capabilities, including the SIEM, which means security, information, and event management. It also has security orchestration, automation, and response, which is known as SOAR, S-O-A-R. And we have behavioral analytics, extended detection and response, and global threat intelligence in this combined solution. Microsoft 365 Defender is a unified defense that is XDR. It has cross-domain security. It protects both your on-prem and cloud identities. It protects your endpoints and your IoT. It protects your email and your collaboration tools. It protects your cloud apps, and it provides you with compliance tools. So you get rapid response. You can disrupt advanced attacks at machine speed. You can unify your security and identity management all into one, and built-in preventative controls and posture management help make it easy. Let's take a look at how Defender helps you to stop attacks and coordinate your response. So first, it enables rapid response. You want to be fast, this is how you can do it. Microsoft 365 Defender gives you a clearer picture of your attacks. It streamlines the detection, the investigation, and the remediation across the entire cyber attack kill chain. Many other XDRs are unable to match both this breadth of coverage and depth of analysis. Secondly, we want you to disrupt these advanced attacks at the speed of machine learning. Microsoft 365 Defender can determine with high confidence that an active attack is happening right now and steps in to disrupt. I've seen it happen. This automation is amazing. This is only possible because of our visibility into the entire kill chain. Automatic attack disruption can disable or restrict compromised devices and user accounts, so that effectively contains and stops an attack progression. And in the case of a ransomware attack, it limits the impact to maybe 5 or 10 machines instead of hundreds or thousands. And that can have a huge advantage to affect the productivity of an entire organization. Thirdly, let's look at unifying your access management. So the compromising of identities, whether human or non-human, is a part of virtually every single attack today. You have to have a user account to log in. Microsoft's in a unique position by bringing together the world's largest and industry-leading identity and access management platform, Azure AD, now known as Entra ID, the industry-leading XDR. This combination is powerful because we have built preventative capabilities directly into the Entra ID identity platform, combined with the detection and response capabilities of Defender. This means you have a unified solution protecting your identities, your workloads that they access, and the underlying infrastructure across cloud and on-premises that only a combined identity and security platform provider can deliver efficiently. Microsoft Sentinel is a modern cloud-native SIEM powered by AI, automation, and Microsoft's deep understanding of the threat landscape that empowers defenders to hunt and resolve critical threats at machine speed and lower your total cost of ownership. This solution provides a unified set of capabilities to collect data from first and third-party sources, detect breaches and anomalies, investigate the threats, and remediate those issues. With built-in security orchestration, automation and response, aka SOAR, user and identity behavior analytics, aka UEBA, and threat intelligence, aka TI, customers get a complete SecOps solution, a security operations solution that is both easy and powerful at a fraction of the cost and the hassle of the standalone SIEM and SOAR solutions. The extensive capabilities in Microsoft 365 for investigation and threat remediation serves as a central point of insight for your defenders. So how does Microsoft Sentinel work? We ingest data from all these sources at scale and continue to invest in new solutions like log forwarding, data transformation that will make it even easier to bring in the data needed for complete security. We provide coverage of both hybrid and multi-cloud systems, including AWS and GCP, with more updates to coverage coming. We enrich the data with threat intelligence, use machine learning to correlate alerts into incidents, and reduce the noise of false alarms. We provide these SOAR capabilities to automate response to common issues with out-of-the-box playbooks built by our security experts and community of users. With over 300 partner integrations, we can work with any other security solution that you may be on today. All of this is built on top of Azure Cloud, so it allows for speed and scale that modern security operations teams need. Not only do we make it easy to identify an issue, we give incredible context, including entity mapping to visualize how threats are moving across your organization. We provide case management, enabling teams to collaborate and get critical work done with recommendations on best course of action to take, such as the ability to shut off an entity right from the page. Additionally, we make it easy to hunt across all of your data with powerful search and query tools. Now that we've seen how a common attack takes place, let's look into leveraging the integration of Microsoft Sentinel and Microsoft 365 Defender for incident response. Here is the process of responding to an incident with Microsoft 365 Defender and Microsoft Sentinel. 1. Triage the incident in the Microsoft Sentinel portal. 2. Move over to the Microsoft 365 Defender portal to start your investigation. 3. Where needed, continue the investigation in the Microsoft Sentinel portal. 4. Resolve the incident in the Microsoft Sentinel portal. The following diagram shows the process, starting with the discovery and triage in Microsoft Sentinel. Now, this slide shows how security experts from Microsoft and Finchloom can help you as a customer along your journey. So if you're looking for an MSSP to help do it all for you, Finchloom doesn't do that, but we can refer you, and Microsoft has a group of partners that do that. But everything else on this slide we can help you with. So first, if you need us to augment your existing team and be positioned to help you as part of your team, maybe you want us to respond to the alerts, make sense of them, and give you recommendations. We can do that as a monthly managed service. Or we can help set you up for success, and we can leverage those Microsoft best practices with your design and deploy teams to implement new projects, new products, or modernize old products and projects. And then finally, we can help you through a crisis. Maybe you're having a security incident, or you just had one and you need help fixing it and getting back into business. So we can help you with Finchloom incident response. So those are the areas that we can assist our customers, leveraging our expertise on top of Microsoft solutions. This is a good announcement, and our security lead Simon will be so happy I'm saying it, but Microsoft's been on a journey consolidating their tools, enhancing them with threat intel and AI for a couple of years now. And at last year's Ignite conference, Microsoft announced that next step in the journey, the transition to a new unified security operations platform. A unified security operations platform. What does this mean? We're bringing all the threat protection capabilities into a single experience for analysts, unifying and expanding features across products. We're taking our strong foundation of posture management and threat intelligence, building on it with SIEM and XDR, and enriching it with generative AI to deliver a single unified experience for security analysts. This will deliver the most optimized analyst experience. Less clicks, less integrations, less information being kept in their head. With Microsoft Security Copilot, a new AI-enhanced capability can help you optimize your security operations center. We provide a more tailored experience for analysts, like step-by-step guidance for remediating multi-stage incidents, or by automatically reverse engineering malicious code, or creating incident summaries. And finally, automating protection and remediation more so security can move at machine speed and analyst time is freed up from repetitive work. Our vision with the Unified Security Operations Platform is built around two pillars. One, delivering proactive, comprehensive protection, and two, supercharging the SOC productivity. One, protection will be proactive, spanning across pre-incident prevention, pre-breach blocking of threats, and post-breach detection. But more importantly, active intervention to disrupt. The analyst productivity will increase exponentially with a delightful and intuitive SOC experience enriched with AI that's meant to guide them. A single set of tools, tailored recommendations based on their environments and customers like them, and recommendations for automations that are fully customizable, and a product that works quickly right out of the box to protect against today's threats. All of this will be built on a foundation of generative AI that delivers tailored recommendations that make the SOC easier to manage and is constantly evolving with Microsoft's extensive global threat intel and research. With this transition, we're able to deliver an incredible amount of value. First, we're delivering a unified platform that helps you get started faster, delivers consistent insights across all historically siloed security layers, enables rapid, holistic response, and brings all of your security data to a single platform where we can apply better intelligence for automation, playbooks, and AI. AI guidance with Microsoft Security Copilot is embedded into the unified platform to support analysts as they work across incidents. You've been asking for ways to save money and maximize your value, so we've added a new capability called SOC optimizations that will provide recommendations on how to get the most value out of your data, such as content that could enrich your data with automations and detections, recommended tuning to your alerts to get better detections, categorize data into the right tiers to manage, estimate, and control costs more easily. And finally, we're taking attack disruption to the next level by combining first and third-party data to disrupt advanced attacks, including ransomware. Logistically, this means Microsoft Sentinel and all its capabilities are moving into the Microsoft Defender portal. You can still use Microsoft Sentinel in Azure if that's your preference, but this new supercharged experience is built with analysts in mind, with more features, and will help you to address threats quicker. At this time, there are no changes to pricing, but as we continue to blend these two tools, there may be updates. Microsoft provides a fully integrated threat protection solution that delivers impactful improvements where it matters for the SOC. Last year, we commissioned a total economic impact study to measure the benefit our customers see with our integrated SIEM plus XDR solution. The results are in, and they're significant. Organizations saving $1.6 million annually from consolidating solutions. They're also seeing a 65% reduction in time needed to investigate threats and an 88% reduction in response time. They're also 60% less likely to experience breach. And onboarding new employees takes just 9% of the time compared to before. And when asked, they shared how the native integration is delivering tremendous improvements to their ability to see threats, acknowledge incidents, and respond to threats. Microsoft is now a leader across all 4 of the Gartner Magic Quadrants for security: access management, unified endpoint management tools, endpoint protection, and SIEM. They're also a leader in 6 of the Forrester Wave reports. A major generator of electricity within the United Kingdom, Drax Group has committed itself to multiple modernization initiatives, including becoming a carbon negative company by 2030 and standardizing on Microsoft security solutions to holistically address potential threats. By adopting these solutions with their united user experience, Drax has already saved millions of British pounds over 2 years. The solution was, instead of assembling its security solution from multiple vendors' products and solutions, Drax began adopting a holistic security ecosystem based on Microsoft integrated threat protection, including the synergistic rollout of Entra ID, Azure Security Center, Azure Sentinel, Microsoft Defender for Endpoint, Microsoft Defender for Identity, Microsoft 365 Defender, Azure Defender, and many more. And the impact is they've already saved millions of British pounds over 2 years, and they also cite maintaining a high level of security around companies' devices and data. It comes down to these 3 things. 1 is the united strength of all of its security layers. 2, the desire to continually adapt to emerging threats. And 3, the strength of the relationship between Drax and Microsoft. E-commerce presents a valuable target for cybercriminals, and global e-commerce company QNet recognized the need to adopt a more efficient and secure IT infrastructure. The solution was this. The company migrated their on-premises infrastructure to Azure, and they replaced their patchwork of security products and services with an end-to-end strategy built on Microsoft security products and services. They began the journey by simply embracing Microsoft 365 E5. Then they migrated their IT operations to Azure. They replaced a collection of improvised third-party security products with Microsoft Defender for Endpoint, Microsoft Defender for Cloud, and Microsoft Sentinel. The impact is the team now has greater confidence from more complete and in-depth visibility into a previously opaque environment. A once skeptical CIO recognizes increased productivity and transparency from a safer, more productive IT infrastructure and a boosted return on IT investments. Here's what we can do next together to help your IT and security operations team win in this case. First, a strong defense in this environment requires a comprehensive strategy. So you can strengthen your security posture, get Microsoft security best practices, and get our strong risks, observations, and recommendations for your environment. We can give you a cybersecurity solution assessment. Next, you need to prevent attacks across multi-platform, multi-cloud environments by reducing your attack surface and strengthening your overall security posture. And because you can't effectively stop all threats, you need to be able to detect and disrupt attacks in real time. You can request from us a trial access for the Defender suite so you can deploy XDR and Sentinel in your environment and try it for 30 days. Finally, with the skills shortage and economic challenges, we need to empower defenders and streamline security operations so that they can investigate and respond to threats faster. We have a threat protection engagement that shows your security operations team how to deploy, how to defend, how to manage and monitor the system, and remediate against these attacks.